If a number can be expressed as, if it can be expressed as the sum of successive odd numbers, then and starting from 1, starting from 1, if you can express a number as a sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1, then that number is a square number. If you cannot express, then that is not a square number. Let me explain you. What's the square of 2? It's 4. What's the square of 3? It's 9. What's the square of 4? You get 16. Okay. Now, this 4 can be written as 1 plus 3. So we can add two successive odd numbers starting from 1 and you get this square number. This 9 can be written as 1 plus 3 plus 5. Addition of 3 successive odd numbers starting from 1. This is 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 7. So 4 successive odd numbers starting from 1. Let's take a few non-square numbers. Let's take 11. Let's take 15. And let's take 19. So this is 11. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. And plus, if you add one more odd number, and that is 7, you get 16. These two are not equal. That is, it cannot be expressed as the sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1. What about this one? 1 plus 3 plus 5, 9 plus 7, that is again 16. Again, these two are not equal. 1 plus 3 plus 5 is 9 plus 7 is 16. If you add one more, you get 25. These two are not equal. So clearly we can see a pattern that if you can express a number as a sum of successive odd numbers starting from 1, then that is a square number, otherwise it is not. So this is one of the way to tell whether a number is a square or not, is a square number or not. Like, let's take a number that is 55. Now, if it is asked to you whether this number is a square number or not, then some of you will say that, hey, you know what, I can very quickly tell. This is 55. 7 square is 49 and 8 square is 64. Clearly this 55 is going to come between 49 and 64. And there is no other square number between there is no other natural number between 7 and 8. Therefore 55 is not a square number. Yes, that's why I said that this is one of the way. Now, if you have to prove it that using this property, then this will be like, you can use in this case two different ways for the same property. One is this addition one. So start from 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. Plus 5 is 9. Plus 7 is 16. Plus 9 is 25. Plus 11 is 36. Plus 13 is 49. And plus 15 is 64. Right? So from here you get 64. Clearly 64 and 55, these two are not the same. Okay, that's why you can say that, hey, this is not a square number. Now, as I said, this is the first way. Second way can be like, let me take like this one. This is 16. So this is 16. If I subtract 1 from it, you get what? 15. So now this becomes 15 and remove 1. Okay, now you have 15. If you subtract this 3 from this 15, you get 12. Okay, so here you get 12. Now if you subtract this 5 from 12, you get 7. Okay, so this is 7. Now if you subtract the 7 from the 7, you get 0. So here you finally get 0. What is the point? The point is, if a number is a square number, then if you go on subtracting successive odd numbers starting from 1, it's the same property, right? It's the same property. So you'll get finally 0. You'll get finally 0. Now, if you do it the same method, if you apply here, you have 55. So 55 minus starting from 1, you get 54. 54 minus what's the next odd number? That is 3. You get 51. 51 minus what's the next odd number? That is 5. You get 46. 46 minus 7, you get 39. 39 minus 9, you get 30. 30 minus 11, you get 19. 19 minus 13, you get what? 6. And now 6 minus 15 is going to give you minus 9. Of course, this is not 0. This is not 0. If this number were a square number, so this should, like what we have seen here, this subtraction would finally give you 0 had it been, if it were a square number, but it's not a square number. That's why you're not getting 0. In the same way, you can check for any number. So if you have number, let's say, let's take one more example, last one. If you have 77, now some of you can quickly tell it's square or not. You'll say that, you know what, 8 squared is 64 and 9 squared is 81. Clearly this 77 is going to come between 64 and 81, but we don't have any other natural number between 8 and 9, therefore this is not a square number. Yes, agree. But you have to prove it using this property. So this is 77, and let's begin subtracting. We'll use the subtraction method, the second method. So 77 minus 1 gives you 76. 76 minus 3 gives you 73. 73 minus 5 gives you 68. 68 minus 7 gives you 61. 61 minus 9 gives you 52. 52 minus 11 is 41. 41 minus 13 is 28. 28 minus 15 is 13. 13 minus 17 is minus 4, not equal to 0. Therefore, this is not a square number.